Hey everyone, and welcome back to a brand new video. I've been working on a new tool that makes quick, detailed landscapes in Unreal Engine 5, and the good news is that it's out now. I've built a tool that generates hills and mountains directly inside Unreal. And best of all, you don't need to insert your own height map. This blueprint lets you create unique, detailed environments in just a couple of seconds. You have full control, you can shape the landscape super fast, and getting the perfect look with some simple settings. This idea came from my work in Cinema 4D, where I could use the built-in landscape tool to create environments real fast. That's what I was really missing in Unreal Engine. And this can help a lot of people who want to create quick but detailed landscapes in Unreal. It took me a little while to figure out how to make it work properly, but after testing it out these last few weeks, I can finally say that it's out for sale now. You can grab the tool directly from my Fab or Gumroad page. Links are in the description below. Now, stick around, because in the rest of this video I'm going to explain exactly how you can set it up and use it to create your landscape in no time. So, let's dive in. Okay, when you have downloaded the project from the Fab Marketplace or my Gumroad page, open it in the Explorer. Double-click on the Landscape Generator folder, then go to the Content folder and copy the Landscape Generator folder. Now go to your own project. Open the Content folder and paste the Landscape Generator folder into it, and open your own project in Unreal Engine. You have seen that a new folder called Landscape Generator has appeared in your content browser. Before we look at this folder, we first need to install a plugin that will make the blueprint work. Go to your plugins via Edit. Select Plugins and type Patch In. Choose for Landscape Patch and check it. We see a pop-up message that says this is an experimental plugin. That's all fine. Choose Yes, and Unreal will say that you need to restart. Choose Restart. When Unreal is restarted again, open the demo level in the Landscape Generator folder. We then see a simple hill landscape in the viewport, created by the BP Landscape Generator in the outliner. If we delete this, the hills disappear. Let's also remove the landscape to start completely over. Select a new landscape. Choose the size you want and then click Create and switch back to selection mode. Now we go to the Landscape Generator folder in your content browser and select the BP Landscape Generator. Drag this into your viewport. A pop-up will now appear saying, Insert New Landscape Edit Layer. Since we are using a patch in the blueprint, the landscape asks for it. Choose Patches and then select Complete. We now see the simple hills on the landscape back again. First, we give the landscape a built-in material from the engine itself, so that we can better see what is happening with the landscape we are creating. Now, we select the BP Landscape Generator in the outliner. We can move the blueprint in position and also rotate it. So, you decide where to place the blueprint on the landscape. In the Details panel, we also see several settings that we can adjust. We see a large button that says Generated Landscape. You need this button if you don't see anything yet. It could be that no texture has been created yet. When you press this button, it ensures that a texture is created to make your landscape in the blueprint. You also need this button if you have closed the Unreal project and reopen it. The landscape you have already created and saved may look strange, but by pressing this button a few times, it will recreate the landscape you saved at that time. And then we go to the first parameter called Seed. When you pull this, the landscape changes immediately. Each number is a change in the landscape, so you have many options to find your unique shape. Below that we see Erosion. When you change this, erosion is added to the landscape. If you raise it, you'll see more detail emerge, but the landscape also slightly sinks. Additionally, can you still change the seed and will the erosion remain as it was? Adjust these parameters as you like to create your unique hill landscape. Below seed, we see fine furrows. This causes the hill to have more grooves and wrinkles instead of round hills. This creates a specific look, so it should match your landscape. Below that, we see the complexity scale. When you raise this, the landscape will have much more detail and scale. This results in unique modifications to your landscape. You can keep changing all the settings until you achieve the correct result. Let's make the blueprint a bit larger so we can see more of the landscape. You can now press the Generate a Landscape button a few times to see if anything has changed and if your landscape is still the same as it was. We will move on to the next settings, which is the Controls section. There you can specify the height of the landscape. Low values make it a hilly landscape, high values will create more peaks in your landscape. Next is the Fall-Off, which determines the rounding of your landscape. You can make it larger or smaller, resulting in a hard or soft rounding. Additionally, you can choose which mode you want to use for the rounding. You can choose between a rounded or a square rounding. And then we have the Blend mode. By default, it is set to Alpha Blend. There are 4 different types of blending modes. Alpha Blending, Additive, Min, and Max. These settings allow you to edit the landscape at the top and bottom. When you use Alpha Blend, you can position the blueprint downward and upward in your landscape, which causes a distortion in your landscape. The Min setting only causes distortion downward, resulting in a more canyon-like landscape. The Max setting only causes distortion upward, making it look more like a sci-fi planet. Play with these settings to find the right result you are looking for. The Additive setting does not cause any change, so you can ignore it. There is one more thing to tell about this blueprint. You can use multiple blueprints at the same time. In the Details panel under the Blend mode setting, you will see a new setting called Texture. This is the unique texture that your blueprint uses at that moment to create a landscape. Do you want to use multiple blueprints simultaneously? Do not copy the blueprint that is in your outliner. Instead, add a new blueprint to your viewport via the content browser each time. You can then use this blueprint as a new landscape. It will blend together with the landscape blueprint you already had. You can also use the same settings again. Just make sure that the new blueprint uses a unique texture, not the texture from the other blueprint. Go to the texture folder in your content browser. Double-click on this folder and you will see one texture. Duplicate this texture and add it to the new blueprint you have added to your viewport. Now you can also use this blueprint without changing the other blueprint. This way, it is possible to build even more detailed landscapes by adding multiple blueprints to your viewport. It is very important that you do not copy the blueprint in your outliner. Instead, always add from the content browser, and then link a new texture there again. Otherwise, this can cause confusion in your landscape when you close and reopen a project, but also during landscape creation. The blueprints work like a hierarchy. It is always the case that the last blueprint added is on top of the other blueprints. Do not change this order, because it can cause your landscape to change in shape, and you will lose the unique shape you previously created. When you close and reopen a project, it may also be that your landscapes look different. For this, you can use the Generate Landscape button. Select all your blueprints that have created your landscape at that moment, and click the Generate Landscape button several times so you get your landscape back the way it was. This can also happen when you add more blueprints to your landscape, so don't forget to press the Generate Landscape button from time to time to keep your landscape up to date. And now for the last part. You can use this landscape together with the landscape material from Maui United. Some time ago, Maui United offered his MW Landscape Auto material for free on Fab. You can download it for free with a personal license and add it to your landscape to create highly realistic landscapes very quickly. You can download it from his page and add it to your own project. I will put the link in the description. This material is definitely worth using. It is a very detailed landscape material and you can choose out of 3 different types of materials. This will make your environment look way more realistic and detailed. So there you have it. QuickShaper is your key to instantly generating and sculpting landscapes in no time. I hope this deep dive was helpful. Leave your feedback or any questions about this landscape generator in the comments section. Don't miss out on future Unreal Engine content, tips and tool updates, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep shaping those worlds.